What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We're going to be doing a trade recap today, and not necessarily on this trade right here, but on the trades I took today in the New York session. So we're going to let this trade play itself out. We're in a little bit of drawdown, but that's okay. We've seen plenty of drawdown before. All right, let's get into it. So I'm going to delete anything that's over here, and we're going to start on the daily time frame. It was a pretty simple day for me. I could have definitely did a lot better if I trusted my bias, but today was just super choppy, right? So this is the daily time frame that we're on right now, and I saw this daily break of structure to the upside right here, as well as this daily break of structure to the upside right here. So with that being said, this for me is a daily demand zone because we pushed down and then swept liquidity to the left inside of this daily imbalance and then pushed up further and made a new high. But if we look to the left, we have a lot of imbalance in this area that was being filled in, as well as an order block, which is this last up candle before this strong down move. So with those two things being on top of each other, that led me to believe that we were going to have a choppy day, which we did. So you can kind of see when we got that first push into it right here, with that daily order block candle forming, we got a push down and then a push into this imbalance and a push back to the upside. So this candle closed above, and then we came back down into that order block. So I was bullish more than bearish for the day. Now going down to the 30-minute time frame, let me check up on my trade. Looking okay. Going to the 30-minute time frame, this candle right here happened before the market opened, and we opened on this next candle right here. So I was like, okay, we have a consolidation to the upside with a lot of liquidity resting above, but we also have a lot of liquidity resting below as well that we could choose to take out if we wanted to, including all of the equal lows down here. So we also had news during, I think around this time right here. So I anticipated a strong push to the upside to take out the liquidity, but we didn't really get a strong push. So I saw that since we had this strong push down, I was expecting some selling pressure going back into this area, as well as some buying pressure being inside of this order block. So you can see there's liquidity right here. We also have liquidity that was taken inside of here. And so we took this liquidity, reacting off of kind of like a similar area. And so, yeah, that just led me to be bullish for the day. More than bearish anyway. The thing is, you want to do what the market kind of tells you, but at the same time, you don't want to just take buys and sells willy-nilly. So once we got a break of structure right here on this time frame, this was a break of structure. This is a 5-minute break of structure. Boom. And then we can see that also this candle came down and swept liquidity inside of here. That led me to say, okay, maybe we're going to take some buys. And I had a stop loss inside of here, kind of near the lows. And you can see we kind of rode up for the rest of the day. Now, we rode up pretty slow, but you can see we would have never got stopped out of that position. And I took a few trades inside of here. I did not hold all the way to the high. I took very short trades just because I anticipated that we may end up going bearish from this huge push to the downside. because like I said, we're in two zones of importance on the daily time frame. We're in that daily order block that's bearish over here, as well as this daily order block that makes us want to be bullish. Now, the other reason that I was more bullish than bearish is you can see we're coming from the downside, sweeping all of this liquidity, and we have all of these equal highs sitting right up here. So there's not a spot that has nearly as much liquidity down here. There is that spot that I have the double bottom kind of right here. That has some liquidity, as well as this area, but not nearly as much as a daily level with 1, 2, 3 triple stacked highs of liquidity. So this is a ton of liquidity sitting, resting above here that I anticipate we're going to want to take out. So you can see on the 5-minute time frame, we just kind of trickled up for the rest of the day. And you can see, let me look at this. You can kind of see the order flow of price pushing up. And then we kind of break under here, and then we start going down again after taking the liquidity up here. So now we're kind of moving in a sideways trend to the downside. Let me see what this is doing. I'm trying to shave off some of this this drawdown. It makes me want to take profit on this because it's starting to look bearish again. We should be getting a push potentially out of this area. So maybe I'll drag my stop loss up here, but that's only 60. It's kind of better than nothing. That'll put me at minus 300 for the day. And then we also have a few positions on MNQ as well. 5 contracts, nothing crazy. MNQ. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it because if this, I could take 125 off and shave this to 275, but if I leave this trade and it actually hits, then we're gonna be in profit. So I kind of want to take the risk of that playing out. Now, if we shave some off right now and then let this MNQ trade run, then we'll be close to break even. Which isn't terrible either. But let's just leave it at break even, see what happens. Let's go back to this. So right now you can kind of see we're heading to the downside in more of a channel. And I'm kind of trying to get in on the breakout of this channel, but it's just like I said, channeling down pretty hard. And it doesn't seem to want to break it at the moment. So this is the channel that we're kind of headed in. And we may come like lower into this area right here, something like that, before it wants to continue to the upside. Because I can see there's a smidge of imbalance right in there still. Imbalance. So I would not be surprised if we just continue to head down up until we get inside of this imbalance, and then we head to the downside. Boom. Just kind of tightening the channel. Boom. Trying to get as many touch points on it as possible. So with that being said, it kind of, like I said, it kind of makes me want to take the profit now on this. Let me see. Let me kind of look at the time frames. I really want us to hit inside of here though before we go back down. Let me look at this again. We already hit the bottom of the channel. We should be potentially heading to the top or the upper region. So I'm going to let that trade fly. It kind of makes sense. You can see we hit the bottom, hit the top, hit the bottom, hit the top, hit the bottom, hit the top, hit the bottom. Now I think we should at least hit inside of here and maybe even a little bit higher before we end up going down again. So that's what I see on this trade to fill in some of this imbalance as well on the 5-minute time frame. That is the target. So where's the 5-minute? Oh, well, never mind. I'm actually kind of possibly too high up. I would have to be like right here to hit the 5-minute target. That would give us 295. So maybe I start to trail my stop loss once we hit that, because you can see here we kind of are pushing through those imbalances pretty strong. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll set a TP for like up here. And we'll trail our stop loss once we start reaching inside of this imbalance. So I need to set a notification for the reaching of this imbalance. And this is kind of giving you my thought process on just trading in general. Like not everything is static. Like I have a systematic way of how I trade, but I also have little nuances and things like this that just kind of let me know how to react to a forever evolving market. I should have a few. I may take out 3 on that one in here. I'll take 1 out right here. That'll put me at 2 left. And I'll put 1 right here. So all right. Looking pretty solid. Come on. Push through. We're now tapping into that imbalance. And I want to start trailing this stop loss pretty tight. But hopefully we get kind of the push through. You can see those imbalances right here. This is like a support and resistance type of trade, where this is the resistance, the bottom is support, the bottom of this channel, and we're just kind of trading the bounce up and down. Hopefully I can get more into the upper region of this for this trade. That'd be really nice. So right now we're going to start trailing about 200. Well, we'll do 150. We'll do 175. That's enough room. 170. That should be enough room for us to dip down a little bit and then reach and hit this imbalance. You can see now we have a like more so wedge going up, like a wedge channel going up. So eventually it's most likely going to want to drop. So this will most likely drop, and then the larger one will most likely fade us to the upside. Hopefully that makes sense. So basically when price is in a channel, it typically is balanced until it breaks out. And then same thing with this, price is balanced until it breaks out. And it hits the bottom of this channel, and then boom. So that's kind of how I see price going at the moment. And yeah, we're just waiting to see this hopefully play out. Boom, boom. Okay, let's go back to this. Okay, so I think I already broke down that this whole day's trading. Let's go see what we had happen on gold today. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame. And where's 8 o'clock? So right here is 8:30, around somewhere in here is 8:30. So we had this 1 hour imbalance. Excuse me, 1 hour imbalance resting right here. Most likely there was like a 30-minute or 45-minute imbalance in there as well. So small 30-minute imbalance. So I'll just kind of mark out this entire area as our area of interest. Now going down to maybe like the 5-minute time frame or something, let's see if we could have mapped this out or framed some type of trade. So we got this high, this low, and then this high, and then this low being created. And then we got this push right here. So there's some sellers up here, some buyers down here. And let's see if we could have framed a trade off of this. We end up getting the 5-minute going up, tapping into this up candle. And then that would have let me go down to the 1-minute time frame and see if there was some type of structure or imbalance created that we could have took. So right around here, from this high to this low, we end up creating this imbalance right here. And that would have been my entry for this trade. Because once you kind of start to get imbalances coming back into the market after tapping into your zone, that gives you a possibility for entry. So now on the lower time frame, this is a consolidation breakout. You can see we consolidate, we break out, we come and retest, and then we start falling. So on a lower time frame, this is a trend line going up, and then we break through it, then we come back, retest it, and we start to travel down. Now I knew that after just a lot of kind of testing. But anyways, that would have been the trade, and I probably would have taken it down into this area right here. Now, you could have also looked for some buys in here, but the buys did not play out as well as the sales. You can see the sales just kept going today. But in this area right here, from this push up, I would have potentially been looking for some buys as well. So it would have been somewhere in this area right here. And then going down to the 1 minute from the 5-minute, we would look for some imbalance. So right here, you get an imbalance push up. We also get a break of this structure. This would have been an entry right here, but you can see that does not play out well. So that would have been a loss if we took it. And then let's see another scenario. Let's see the structure. Push, push, push. We got to break a structure right here. So that could have been a potential entry as well. Right around here. And that gives us like still what is that, a 1.79. And if we're trailing our stop loss, we would get out around right here for a 0.83, which is still not terrible. So that's how I would have played gold this morning. If you just look at the 5-minute, the sells definitely look way better than the buys. Like, just look at the 5-minute strength of this push down. Like, that's super strong. And then, you know, this is kind of based off of the higher time frame, 30 minutes / 1 hour time frame pushing up out of this zone is why I would have been more bullish than anything. And you can see we got a reaction out of here, but then we ended up just breaking lower and kind of holding this price action to the downside. That is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I teach my strategy in my Discord. Just check out the link below in the description and you'll be able to find it. And I'll catch you guys next time.